never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement, and I'm reading it slow so I can understand it fully. Appreciate my standing, go out of this world and right on time. Oh, never in my life have I seen the sky light up like this. I'm far away from Earth and I wanna know if you exist. Mission control, do you read me? Send me my coordinates lately. Mission control, am I drifting? Tie me to someone who will love me, yeah. Wait, I think I'll last a bit longer. Fine, I'm not.
Welcome everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd Family a part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. I hope everybody had a great weekend. Get ready for another great week of videos here on the channel. I want to start out today's video by saying that I've got a shout out coming up at the end of the video, so please stay tuned for that. But today we're going to be talking about the Atlanta Braves and some of the things going on right now with the Braves. They just finished up a week where they went 6-1. They beat the Cardinals Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then lost on Thursday. And then they swept the Nationals over the weekend. And, of course, they'll play all 7 days this week. And then at the end of this week, going into next week, will be the All-Star break. The Braves have 5 players that made the All-Star team. We'll talk more about that coming up at the end of the week when this final week before the All-Star break concludes. But a 6-1 week is not bad at all. It's almost as good as you can do because, yes, 7-0 is possible, but you don't really expect, and you shouldn't expect, your team to go 7-0 on a regular basis because that is hard to do, especially in Major League Baseball when you're playing basically every single day, especially this year with the season starting later because of the lockout before the season. There's even fewer off days this year and a lot more double headers this year. But anyway, the Braves went 6-1. And in case you have not heard yet, they picked up Robinson Cano from the Padres yesterday. They traded some cash considerations, as they call it, to the Padres for Robinson Cano. This is the 3rd team he's played for this year. He kicked off the season with the Mets, then the Padres, and now the Braves. He'll be 40 by the time this year concludes, so this might be his final year in Major League Baseball. But if you're a longtime baseball fan, then you know that Robinson Cano a decade ago was probably, I'd say, top 10 in baseball as far as just hitting-wise. He never was a phenomenal second baseman, but hitting-wise, he was a great offensive player for many years. Batting average, home runs, RBIs, slugging percentage. He wasn't just a one-trick pony. He was a great player, but he's definitely on the decline. He's a .301 career hitter, but he's only hitting .149 this year, which is absolutely pitiful, which is why the Braves made the move, because you just traded some cash to get this player for maybe the rest of the year. If he hits with the Braves the way he hit with the Mets and the Padres, then the Braves will either release him or trade him or send him back down to AAA, but it's worth taking a chance. It's worth taking a shot. And the reason why they're doing it is because of the fact that Ozzie Albies is going to be out for quite a while. He already has been out for a while, but Orlando Garcia has, for the most part, been the everyday second baseman. But he's an average player at best. He's really, truly a bench player. But when your starting second baseman is out, then your backup has to become the starter. Now, they brought back Phil Gosling, who used to play for the Braves, but Phil Gosling is just like Orlando Garcia. He's basically a bench player. So you're taking two bench players and letting them split time at second base, and really, truly, Garcia doesn't have much power, and Phil Gosling doesn't have much power. So if you can get any power at all from Robinson Cano, he'll probably just be their pinch hitter for the foreseeable future, because the Braves really don't have much of a bench right now. Maybe you consider Adam Duvall a bench player since Eddie Rosario came back, but I really don't know how many more games Rosario is going to start until they bring Duvall back. But even with one of them not starting and being on the bench, the Braves don't have much of a bench. They have no power at all off the bench. So letting Robinson Cano be a pinch hitter is good. It's something the Braves need, and need bad. But if he can hit, he'll probably be the everyday second baseman, at least for the most part, until they get Albies back. Of course, you'll see Garcia play some, and you'll see Gosling play some. But at one time, Robinson Cano looked like he was going to be the all-time home run leader as far as second baseman. But then he's been suspended twice and missed almost 2 whole years because of steroids, so his numbers have slowed way down as far as home runs. But at one time, he looked like he was going to be by far the all-time leading home run hitter at second base until he failed those drug tests, and he'll no longer get there because, like I said, he'll be 40 in October. So this is probably more than likely his final year, but no more off days for the Braves until we reach the All-Star break. Now, we have the Mets coming up tonight through Wednesday, and then the Nationals again for a 4-game set this time. It'll be in D.C. They just played the Nationals in Atlanta, and now they'll play the Nationals in D.C. on Thursday through Sunday. So since the Braves are only a game and a half out, if they can, by some chance, sweep the Mets, they'll be in first place in the National League East when we wake up on Thursday morning. So hopefully they can pull that off. Even if they win 2 of 3, they'll only be half a game out when we wake up on Thursday morning. But the Braves typically, for some reason, always play really good against the Mets. So hopefully the Braves can win 2 of the 3. But the Mets, even though DeGrom is still out, the Mets have some exceptional pitching. So it should be a good series. And Austin Riley right now is tearing the cover off the ball. He started out really slow, and now he's all of a sudden got 20-plus home runs and 50-plus RBIs. So his slow start now is definitely in the rearview mirror, because the way he's hit the past 2.5, 3 weeks, we have totally forgotten how bad he started out the season. And it looks like Ian Anderson is slowly coming around after 4 straight pitiful starts. His last 2 starts, including yesterday, he's actually pitched a lot better. So it'll be interesting to see what the Braves do when they get Mike Soroka back off the injured list coming up later on this month. They say he'll be on the active roster before August the 1st. So we'll wait and see what they do. Will they go with a 6-man rotation, or will they put somebody in the bullpen? And a happy late birthday to Braves reliever Will Smith. His birthday was yesterday, and it's always cracked me up because for some reason Will Smith is one of those pitchers that the fans just don't like, and I don't know why. He's not a troublemaker. He doesn't talk a lot. He just goes out there and does his job. But for some reason, it seems like the Braves fans just do not like him. I was impressed with him last year, and then he pitched the entire playoffs and pitched almost every game in the playoffs and didn't give up not 1 run all during the playoffs. And now this year, again, every time he pitches, Braves fans are like, oh no, here we go, it's Will Smith. Oh no, here we go, it's Will Smith. And poor Will Smith can have 12 straight good outings and nobody remembers him. But the first time he goes out there and gives up 1 or 2 runs, it's like Will Smith giving up runs again. I don't know what it is about Will Smith, but for some reason the Braves fans just do not like him. The man does his job and gets no credit for it. I'm also glad to see Tyler Matzik back off the injured list because he was really good last year. Hopefully he can be not as good because it'd be almost impossible to be as good as he was last year, but close to as good as he was last year. And the Braves are supposed to be getting Kenley Jansen back off the injured list sometime this week. So hopefully he'll be back in the closer's role. They've been splitting time with A.J. Minter and Will Smith since Kenley Jansen has been out. Any thoughts on the Braves? Please feel free to let me know. My shout out today goes out to my man Brian, who lives in Gainesville, Georgia, and he actually came to the SWA show Saturday night, and there were so many people there that if I hadn't have saw a post he put on Facebook about the show, I would have never known he was there because it was just that packed and there was that many people, and I try my best to talk to everybody I see, but unless somebody tells me their name, I don't know who they are. I just talk, just being friendly because I walk by and they're sitting there, so I stop and let them know that I'm glad they came. I hope they have a good time, and then I walk off, and 5 minutes later I'm thinking, who did I just talk to? Because I see so many people. But Brian, thank you so much for coming to the SWA show, and thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. Tell your friends, tell your family, help the channel continue to grow. And if you do so choose to comment on any video at any time, you'll be eligible for our 1,000 subscriber giveaway whenever we get to 1,000 subscribers. Let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. Did you hear about the guy who evaporated? He'll be missed. And that wraps it up for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of 3. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. Bye.